All right, I'm gonna get right to it. You read the title. I quit my job. I'm gonna tell you that story and how I built a multiple six-figure business in less than a year. All right, let's get into it.
Feeling better than I ever
Now,
been.
what do I do? What is my business? So I own and operate a creative agency called Lamar Haley Creative. We help brands and businesses get more customers and engage with their current customers through branding, design, and video. If you want to know more about it, there's a link below, but I ain't gonna get into all that right now. You can find it if you want. We here to talk about my story. Okay. Let me give you some of the backstory so you can kind of understand where I come from and how this all even happened. First of all, I don't really come from a long line of business owners and entrepreneurs and like I got this big inheritance. It's like, oh man, I'm just gonna invest $500,000, $2 million into my own startup. This ain't that, all right? This is straight from the mud. No knock to anybody who has that type of upbringing, because low-key, I'm trying to give that to my kids. You feel me? I got a pretty typical story. Grew up in a very small town, a wonderful town called Batesville, Arkansas. Shout out to Base Vegas. And my goals were very simple. Get good grades, get into a good college, get a good job. The end. But here's the thing about being in a small town. You often get bored in small towns. The only thing that we really had to do recreationally was go hit a movie, go hit the Burger King across the street in the same parking lot, and then bam, you hit Walmart, like Walmart was a club or something. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, I would see people in my life and, you know, whether they were close to me or at a distance, get into some things that were not so healthy. I'm not judging them, but I didn't want to be addicted to drugs. I didn't want to be an alcoholic. I didn't want to sit around on a street corner, do the same thing, gambling all day, every day. I just knew there was more to life than that. I didn't know what more looked like, but I was like, yo, I gotta do something. And so thankfully, my mom got us like a video camera, and I literally mean like a videotape camera. This mug had tapes that you put in, and oh, like my whole world lit up. Man, I would make like mini movies. I would make like claymation, you know, start animation films and stuff. I was even vlogging with the camera before vlogging was even a thing. Didn't know what I was doing, just wanted to have some fun with it. I think it was God's grace though, because it was one of the things that kept me out of trouble. And as the years progressed, I got better at making videos. Went to college, went to school for music, played the saxophone, you know what I'm saying? But on the side, I was learning how to make videos. YouTube was my other university. Fast forward, I graduate college and I get a wonderful opportunity to work at a large church in Chicago doing video production and youth ministry. That was like my grad school. We were making a lot of content every week, and so I learned how to make a lot of videos really good and really fast. Like we just cranked them out. It was crazy. And that like really sharpened my skill set to where, you know, I think it was around like 2012, 2013, I ended up starting a video production business on the side called Lamar Haley. I didn't know what I was doing as far as running a business. I was just freelancing, just trying to earn some extra cash. Didn't really even have my own camera. I would like borrow cameras from people. So the business didn't really make all that much money. I would make like $200 a year. Like it was like barely anything at the time. You know, I had jobs. I was doing, you know, stuff to make ends meet and feed my family because my business wasn't doing it. But there was always this weird itch that I just couldn't seem to scratch. I'd be satisfied for a while, but then eventually I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. I want to do my own thing. So my last job, I worked at this really cool tech company in Atlanta. Great company, great people. I mean, just phenomenal. And I worked on the customer support team. So anytime something broke with our software, the customers would call us, mostly upset. And we would try to help them fix their problem. And it was great, man. I made more money than I had ever made in my life at that job at the time. Things were cool, it was comfortable for a couple years. And then I got that itch again. That entrepreneurial, like I gotta get out of here, uncomfortable, like that, it just would not leave me alone. But here's one of the biggest things that convinced me to go for it. Thing about this company is they were very transparent and open. We'd have all these company meetings where we'd see like the financial reports and things like that. Usually I would kind of snooze out on the data part, like when they start pulling out on charts and stuff and talking about revenue, I'm like, I don't care. I'm getting my paycheck, let me just go and kind of check out for a second. But one day, one particular meeting, I don't know what day it was, it hit me. I was like, yo, this company is making, I don't know how much it was, 30, 40, 50 million, I don't know, just a bunch of money. And I'm blessed enough to be one of the people who's helping make those multiple millions. So if I can work this hard on somebody else's vision, making them rich, making their company blow up, why can't I do that for myself? Now granted, I'm not trying to say like, oh, I made the company grow. Like, no, bro, it was like hundreds of employees there. Like, there were a lot of people who helped make this machine happen. But still, I was one of those people. And that was the day I recognized that I'm wired like an owner. And I was like, man, I cannot stay here because I'm not gonna do this business justice. I'm not gonna do the customers justice. I'm not gonna do my team justice, because now all I can think about is how to grow my own business. And so I started to put my game plan together. So the first thing I did is that I upped my learning. It may sound like a boring step, but like I upped my game on research and personal development. So I'm like diving into podcasts, articles, any and every bit of information I could about how to start and grow a business. No, I didn't have no startup capital. No, I didn't have no big savings, but I knew that there were people out there who were running and starting and operating these huge successful businesses. And if they could do it, all I had to do was figure out the steps. This is another level. This is like grad school. So I'm getting a crash course on how to run a business because I'm just paying attention. So once I started using nights, weekends, and lunch breaks to build the business up, things started taking off. And I started to make more money in my side hustle than I was at my main job. And it was back to back, month after month. So like October, November, I was like, it's time. It's time, we out of here. We out of here. December 31st, 2020 was my last official day as a 9-to-5 employee. That's when I officially started running Lamar Haley Creative full time. All right, this is the part you've probably been waiting for. Drum roll, how much money we have made this year in our first 11 months full time in the business. We made over $250,000. Come on, somebody. Now, you might be watching this and you like a multimillionaire or whatever, like this. Great, good for you. $250K might not seem like a lot of money to you, but for me, a black man living in America, growing up without handouts, without a big inheritance or a line of entrepreneurs to just hand me a business, yo, literally building this thing from the mud, it means a lot. It feels good. It feels regular. It feels normal. This is for my Christians. I don't feel like I'm cheating. I don't feel like God is mad at me because I'm making money. I don't feel none of that. I feel great. Like, oh, now I got tools and resources to go do good, to take care of my family, to start building my legacy. And it's only gonna go up from here. Can I just be honest with you? This is just the ground floor. This is just the beginning. We still out here getting started. Year 2 finna look stupid. Year 3 finna look dumb. You know what I'm saying? Year 5, 10, 15, we're only gonna grow it from here. So before I end this video, I wanna tell you why I told you this story in the first place. I really just wanted to encourage somebody, even if it's one person. If you're out there and you know that feeling, you are entrepreneurial, you know you think like an owner, you know you want to own your own business and businesses, I'm here to tell you, as somebody who has built it from the ground up with God's grace, it is possible, my friend. You can do this. Oh, it is so possible. And you're wondering what it's like, oh, does it really feel good to be self-employed? It feels incredible. Yes, it's scary, but it feels so good. Take the leap when it's the right time, all right? Your situation is different than mine. I'm not telling you to leave your job today. Yo, if it's not the right time, don't leave. But if it is, and you've been wondering whether you should or not, it's sweet over here, man. It's real sweet. So come on over. Thank you for listening to my story. I love helping people and giving away advice, so holler at me if you have questions. I love you. My name is Godframe, and as always, I'll talk to you soon.